everyone, my name is Cassidy and I am one of the client success specialists here at Yulio. I just want to start off by welcoming everyone to this webinar and thank you all for joining. The main objective today is to dive into Yulio and get everyone comfortable with the Yulio ecosystem so that you can confidently use our platform. We have 1 hour together with a ton of information, so if you do have any questions along the way, please use the chat box and I will answer them at the end of this session. If you did want to book a follow-up or book a training with me after, please do not hesitate to reach out. Here is all my contact information, and I will also have it up at the end as well. If you do have to leave the webinar for any reason, I will be recording this and we'll send it out either today or tomorrow morning. Okay, let's get started. So here is our agenda for the day. So the first one is some sample projects of Yulio. The second is Yulio Jump. The third is how to make a project and organize all of your folders. Fourth is how to enhance your project, how to share your project, and then some helpful tips and tricks to help you along the way. So to start off, I'm going to show you a few sample projects of what Yulio can do. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit this here. Okay, so this project here was rendered with 3ds Max, and it's a lighting study. You have this button here, which is your scene option groups, which we will cover a bit later on. But as you can see, you have your daytime and your nighttime. And if I want to click onto that nighttime, I just simply click that, and there you have that. Viewing this project on a computer screen is actually called fish tank viewing, and it's not actually your immersive VR. It only becomes immersive when you are viewing your project in a VR headset or goggles. Fish tank viewing allows you to share your projects through social media and even on your own website. So this can be helpful to gain more leads from your designs and make your website stand out from others. So just going around the space here so you can see it. And you have all of these hotspots that we will cover as well throughout the session. The next project I have is made out of CET with Yulio Jump. Perfect. So as you can see here, this has created automatic navigation hotspots. So you have your working space and your central office and a floor plan. So this button right here shows off that floor plan. I have also gone ahead and added hotspots. So you have a video hotspot, an image hotspot, text hotspot, and an audio hotspot. And we will cover how to go over those as well. And this just makes your project a lot more interactive, informative, and immersive. So just going to go back here. So as I mentioned, the last project was made using Yulio Jump. And Yulio Jump is that we built a cloud-based rendering engine that gives designers that render button. It can produce the files you need for VR and 2D perspective renders straight out of CET. It also takes care of all the complexities or the hard parts of rendering for you. It can also generate a floor plan and navigation hotspots, which I showed you in the last sample project. We also have a detailed guide on how to use Yulio Jump for many extensions available on our website on the CAD plugin page, which I will show you where that is a bit later on as well. We have also recently launched a learning portal that has 4 training courses, videos, tutorials, and more, and it is included in your Yulio account, so it is a great resource to share with your team. So once you have your renders ready for VR, I'm going to show you how to create your projects on Yulio. So the first step is to log into your Yulio account just by simply going on yulio.com. Once you're here, it automatically dumps you into your project page right here. On your project page is where you'll see your folders of projects along the left side. At the top of your page is where you'll see your projects, headsets, collaborate, resource tab, and your email address. The first one we're going to go to is your headset tab right here. Your headset tab is where you will go when you want to connect to your headset. Your headset projects button here is what is available on your headset, and you can delete and add projects whenever you would like. These projects here you can view offline, so that's when you're not connected to Wi-Fi, you'll be able to view these projects. The Collaborate button right here, so this is Yulio's most popular feature, which we will cover at the end of the session, but for now, this is where you go to start a Collaborate session. your resource tab here. So your resource tab is where you have all of your Yulio resources, your CAD plugin page, which we just talked about, your client galleries, your knowledge base, the training portal, our blog, and your project resources as well. Your email here. So your email tab is where you have your settings, company, and account settings. Company settings is more so used for admins, and account settings is personal to your account. So now I'm just going to go back to my project page here just by simply clicking on this project button. So like I said, these are your folders, and your projects are managed and organized into them. They appear on the left side, and there are two types of folders. You have your team and your private folders here. Your team folder is public and has a person icon, and these folders are visible to you and anyone that is a user on your account. Private folders are solid black, so I have these 3 private folders right here, and they're only visible to yourself and those who you have given access to on your account. Admins on your account have the ability to create folders, but one thing we do recommend is making folders on a per project, per client, or even per designer basis, just to keep things organized, but completely up to you how you want to organize your folders. So to create a folder, all you're going to do is press this big Create New Folder button, add your label, and press Create. So I'm going to go ahead and just name this Webinar and press Create, and then I have my folder. If I wanted to move it, all I do is click and drag, and now it is in my public team folder. If I wanted to move it from public to private, again, I'm just clicking and dragging and moving it there, and now it's back to private. If you want to give access to a private folder, you're just going to go ahead and click these 3 dots, press permission, and all of the users here will show up, and you'll be able to give them access to that folder. To delete a folder, again, you just go to these 3 dots and press delete. I'm not going to delete this because this is the folder that I'm going to use for this session, but this is where you would go to do so. So now let's get into uploading those renders and creating a VR project. So this button here at your top right, Create Project, you're going to hit that button here. And you're going to upload your files from your computer. So these uploads can be 360 photos or anything that you would like to select. They are pre-rendered, so we're just uploading to Yulio and processing to make the files viewable in VR. If you render with Yulio Jump, a project will actually automatically be created for you with these files, so you don't have to worry about this step. You can skip it completely. So as you can see here under your Assets tab, you have your scenes. So scenes are your building blocks for your project, and they are your bare minimum to have in your project. All the rest here are your enhancement options, and you do not have to upload everything. They are just options. So I'm going to go ahead here and upload my scenes just by simply browsing on my computer. And press open. And while those are loading here, I'm just going to go over to my audio. So you can add audio in 2 different ways, one being audio hotspots, which targets where you're placing your audio. So you can place it over a chair, a desk, wherever you'd like. Second is your ambient audio, and this automatically plays when you enter into a scene, just making your project a bit more immersive for the viewer. We will go through how to create both types of audio in your project. Another example too is you can also add your own voice by recording on your device. You can give information about a product, space, design, or even record a customized message for a client. So again, to add an audio hotspot, it's the same thing as your scenes. You're just going to click here, and you can also drag and drop as well. So I'm going to add my office ambience and a welcome message and press upload. Next, we have image. So this allows you to upload any JPEG or PNG image into your project as an image hotspot. This can be anything, just a few samples are a product shot, different configuration of the product or space, or even your 2D renders from Yulio Jump, for example. This allows the viewer to see different options of the design and see more detailed products and understand the design a bit better. So again, same process here. I'm just going to go ahead and browse my computer and press upload. Video, so you could insert a video into your project as a video hotspot. You can link any video on YouTube, but there are 2 types of video hotspots that we have. So the first one is Premium, which is an add-on feature that you can upload directly with no ads and allows you to view in VR and browser mode. Second is your Basic, which may have ads since it's hosted from YouTube. It can only be viewed in browser mode. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and press add video from YouTube. Here is my YouTube video I'm going to upload. Just copy and paste that here. Oops. Into my video. Press paste. And there I have my video hotspot. Next is your AR model. So as long as you upload a file that is compatible, which here are your compatible formats here, you'll be able to place an AR model into your project. If you are rendering with Yulio Jump for CET or Revit, you will be able to create AR assets through our plugin really easily, and it will automatically be created for you through those plugins. AR hotspots allow you to bring elements to life, and you will be able to see the product in full 360, and you can take it one step further by using your phone or tablet to actually see the product in your physical space. So I'm going to go ahead here and just drag and drop, upload from my computer. So last but not least one here, you have your floor plan. So if you render with Yulio Jump, it will automatically upload for you. But if you want your own or want to replace, this is where you go ahead to do so. So I'm just going to browse here, my floor plan, and press upload. So now that all your enhancements are uploaded here, you can always come back to this page and add more or take away. Here at Yulio, we do not have a save button, so everything you do automatically gets saved. You can edit your project at any time and it will automatically save. So when uploading here, AR models do take a few moments to upload. So I have gone ahead and created this exact same project, but with my AR already uploaded here. So as you can see, it's already good to go here. So before we go into the hotspot editor, I'm going to rename and rearrange my scenes in the order that I want them viewed in VR. So first off, I'm going to rename my project. I'm just going to name this office, keep it nice and basic, but obviously you can get a lot more creative with it if you'd like. I'm going to rename my scenes. So again, I'm keeping it super simple and basic, but you can get as creative with it as you'd like. And then to rearrange your scenes, I'm going to rearrange them in the order that I want the viewer to see. And when you do rearrange your scenes, you want to think about kind of the flow that you would like your viewer to take through the space and organize your scenes accordingly. This will also make things easier when adding your hotspots in that hotspot editor. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click and drag. So put the front here, middle, computer, back. It looks perfect to me. So the next step is to link our scenes and our enhancement options into our project. And this is what we use the hotspot editor to do that. So the top right here, I'm just going to go ahead and press that. And this opens up the editing page. So here you have all your editing options along the left side here. The first one is your navigation hotspots. And this helps make your project have a logical flow and give that sense of walking around the space. This is also Yulio's form of that point-to-point navigation. If you do use Yulio Jump, this will be done for you, but you can fine-tune and edit them here if you'd like. So all you do to create your navigation hotspot is click and drag to wherever you want the hotspot to be. So I'm going to go ahead and click and drag, and I'm going to place it right here. And when placing it, you kind of want to think about the journey that you want your viewer to take. So I'm placing it right here so that it's easily, the viewers can see it, but it's not taking away from the space at all. You can also change the title, hide the title, change the depth, which makes it closer or further away in VR, and you have your color options. So I'm going to keep the text. I'm going to make it a bit further away in VR and keep it white and press close. You do not have to put every hotspot in every scene, but we do recommend putting at least one in every scene so that your scenes can link together. So I'm going to go ahead and add to each scene here. So here is the back, which is all the way down here. Keep the title, make it a bit further away in VR, and press close. And then next scene, I'm just going to use these arrows here at the bottom. So now I'm in the middle scene, as you can see the title right here. So I'm going to go ahead and add a front navigation hotspot. Again, I'm going to keep the text, make it a bit further away in VR, keep it white and press close. And then just using my mouse to move around, I'm going to add the back right here, change the depth, and press close. And I don't really want to add my computer hotspot just because I can see it right here in the view space. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next scene. Okay, so now as you can see, we're in the computer scene. So I'm going to add my front, make the depth a little further away, press close. And I'm going to go to the back here and put my back hotspot right there. Change the depth and press close and head on over to the next scene. Okay, so now I'm in the back. So for this one here, I'm going to put all 3 navigation hotspots. So I have the front, further away in VR. I have the middle, which I'm going to place right on the floor here. Perfect. And I have the computer, which is approximately right there on that computer, and change the depth, and then go to the next scene. So as you can see here, those are your 2 navigation hotspots that you created for that scene. So next you have your audio. So this is similar to navigation hotspots in the sense all you do is click and drag where you would like your audio hotspot placed. It has the same editing options, so you have your text, your color, and your depth. So I'm going to go ahead here and put some office ambience right here. I'm just going to place it there so that it's not fully taking away from the scene, but that viewers can easily see that that's where my audio is. And you can also change the text here. So I'm just going to make this short audio, make the depth a little further away, and press close. And there is your audio hotspot. You can add as many as you would like or as little as you would like in each scene, completely up to you and your project. Next, you have text. So here you can add a title and a description. We do see text hotspots being used for welcome messages, external links, but it could be anything that you would like. And you can link to any URL. So it's essentially like creating a button with 140 characters. So I'm going to go ahead and press create. I'm just going to make this a welcome message. Oops. So like I said, you do have up to 140 characters. I'm just going to keep it super simple, but you can get super creative with it. And then for here, you can do a click here, buy here, view here, whatever you would like. So I'm going to do a click here, and I'm going just to link back to Yulio website. Like I said, you can link to any URL that you would like. Press close, and there you have your text hotspot, and then you can click and drag to wherever you want it. So I'm just going to place it right there. And there you have your text hotspot. Next, you have your image. So again, you're clicking and dragging with the same editing option, and you can place your image anywhere you'd like. So it could be on top of a product, a desk, or even on the floor as a hotspot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click and drag and put it right on top of this chair here so that viewers can easily see their chair options. I'm going to keep the title, and maybe for an external link, I'm going to do a buy here so that if clients really like that chair, it's really accessible for them to go on the link and buy it. And press close, and there is your image hotspot. For video, we do see videos being placed on a screen, but you can place it wherever you'd like. Again, you're just clicking and dragging. So I'm going to put it right there. Let's maybe do a view here, link to yulio.com, and there you have your video hotspot. Next, you have your AR. So again, you're just clicking and dragging. So I'm going to put it on this chair right here. Keep the title. I'm not going to put an external link for this one. Obviously, you can pick and choose where you want to put those external links, and press close, and there you have your AR. Next, you have your floor plan. So here you can add markers, which kind of helps clients navigate around and orient themselves into your space, while also understanding the space and how your elements fit together. So they can select where they want to go on the floor plan just by simply clicking on the marker. So I'm going to add my markers. It does not have to be exact, just approximate to where you think that scene is. So just clicking and dragging here, the front is approximately right here. The middle is approximately right here. Computer is on this computer here, and the back is all the way back here, and press close, and there you have your markers. Now you have your starting direction. So this allows you to assign a shot for your project, and you can do so for every scene. So I'm going to make this right here the starting direction so that you can see all aspects of the scene, and I'm just going to press apply. sometimes rendered out of CAD, it is a bit off, so this is kind of the perfect feature to frame the space or even the furniture better. So once you hit apply, it does take a few seconds there just to upload. If you wanted to add a starting direction for another scene, you can do so by just going to that scene and dragging along to where you would like it. So I'm just going to press next scene here. So let's say for the middle, I want the starting direction to clearly be able to see this tree. So I'm just going to press that, press apply, and there is your starting direction. So now the only final enhancement that we are missing that I have mentioned before is your ambient audio. And this is actually added outside of the hotspot editor. So I'm going to go ahead here and just press the back button. And going back to my scene tab right here, I'm going to go ahead and add the ambient audio. So this button here, I'm going to press it. I'm going to put in my welcome message. It gives you the ability to loop or play once. I'm just going to play once here and press save, and then I have my ambient audio for my middle scene. If you would like to add for all of your scenes, you do have to do it manually just by simply clicking on these buttons for each of your scenes and adding in that ambient audio. So now that I have my ambient audio, my enhancements, and my scenes, my project is ready to view in VR. So by simply clicking on this button here at your right, View in 360, looking through the project, we are able to see the hotspots that we added. So I'm just going to let it load for a second here. Perfect. So here you have your video hotspot, your text hotspot, your chair option, your audio, and your navigation hotspots here, which I will press in a second. So if I want to open up the AR here, sometimes it does take a few seconds to load here. So go back and refresh. So with the AR, with the barcode, you will be able to view the AR in the real world environment here. And then you can just go ahead and it will look like this. So a super cool thing to add into your project as well. If you want to press the navigation hotspots here, just simply click and it will go to that middle scene. If you wanted to go to the next scene without using the navigation hotspots, you can
Welcome to our 360-degree experience.
The sound goes on. I'm just going to turn that off. And without using the navigation hotspots, you can also open up the floor plan right here and select where you want to go. So here I have my markers. Let's say I want to go to the front, and they will take me there. And now you have all of your hotspots. So now that you have your project, you might want to make some minor edits in the future. So you have a couple options here. So you can move, download, or replace scenes, and you can also create scene option groups. So scene option groups, I'm just going to go ahead and upload my option group while I talk about it because it does take a few seconds here to upload. So while that's uploading here, I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So this gives you the ability to show off different configurations of a project, providing your client with options. So it could be different materials, colors, building shelves, completely up to you. So here is an example. So by using this little white button here, you can see condo A, B, and C. So this is A. I'm going to go on to B. Looks like this here. And then just pressing this button, I can go on to C. And this is what C looks like here. So I'm going to go back to my project. Perfect. So it is uploaded. So to upload it, all you do is how you would at any normal scene like I did. And you're just going to drag on and drop on top of each other. So I'm going to take this front two, bring it to the front, and you'll see that create group button and just select, and it will automatically create that scene option group for you. You can also rearrange the scenes as well in whatever order you would like. I'm just going to name this front options. Of course, you can name it whatever you'd like. I'm just keeping it nice and simple for this one. So once complete, you can view your project, and the tab at the bottom here, which I showed you, you'll be able to see all of those scene option groups. And you all can also have multiple scene option groups within a project. So as you can see here, we're in the original front scene. And just by using this button here, we're going to go to front two. Perfect. And it will also keep your navigation hotspots. So there you go. There is your front to option and your scene option group for the front scene. Perfect. So just going to go back here. So the move feature, like I mentioned, so this allows you to move a project to a new or different folder within your account. So this kind of helps with project and folder organization and who has access within your team. So this button here, just press it and you will select which folder you would like to move it to and press select, and Yulio will automatically move this project into that folder. Next, you have the download button. So this allows you to download individual scenes from any project in your account to your computer or device. So let's say I'm just going to click on the middle and press download. And you must download one scene at a time, and the file downloaded will be the original source file. So just opening it up here, this is what it looks like when you download that one scene. The replace button here, so this is useful if you ever want to replace a scene. So it could be because a client requests different options or the project has just simply changed over time. So all you do here is press the replace icon, browse your device for your new scene, and go ahead and upload that. So this is kind of the perfect thing if you want to make a minor edit without redoing your entire project. And it also gives you the option to keep your hotspots, your data, and your markup. So I'm just going to go ahead here. So now that you have your complete project, I'm going to show you how to share your project. So as you can see, there are 4 tabs here. We're going to go ahead and select the Share tab. So here you find your project URL. So every project you create will have its own unique URL, and you can share it anywhere you would a regular URL. So that could be an email, hyperlink, PDF, just for a few examples. You can also share to the home screen or select a specific scene just by clicking here. So right now I'm in the scene option group for the front options. You can share it via text at this button here and adding in the phone number, and they will actually receive a text right away with the project link, and they can view it on a phone, computer, or any device that they have. This button here, you can embed your project onto your website. The only thing I do suggest with embedding is getting your tech or marketing team to help you with this, just because it can get a little tricky. But embedding does allow you to create a unique online gallery, and all Yulio branding is removed. So this is actually an example of what your project can look like on your website here. So here is your sample project of what embedding can look like. Another way to share your project is with client galleries. So I'm just going to go back here. So to create a gallery, all you're going to do is press the resource button here and then client galleries. And then once you press create gallery, you will put in your client information and add your projects. And by connecting a headset, you will be able to send the gallery to your client's headset, or if a client has their own, they can connect it later on as well. This allows you to share up to 10 projects directly with your client in VR or browser mode, and you can set up separate client galleries for as many clients as you would like. So this is the kind of perfect feature if you want to share more than one project with a client, and you can also add or delete projects in a gallery whenever you would like. So just going back here. So one of the other 4 tabs that I mentioned is your analytics tab here. So this gives you the data on the total number of views, each unique view, and breaks it down for you. So you can see the date and time, the location, and how long was spent looking at that project. So you can use this to better communicate with clients, gain insight, and better understand how and when clients are engaging with your project. And as you can see here, viewer type, it says Fish Tank VR. So this actually just means that it was viewed on a computer. And then for location, it will tell you the city, but it won't tell you exactly where it was viewed just for privacy reasons. So this is the kind of perfect feature. If you did send over a project to a client and you want to know if they have viewed it, all you do here is go over to the analytics tab and you'll be able to see all of that information here. The next tab is your settings tab. So here you're able to see the details of your project. You can see who the author is, the date it was created, and turn your project to private if needed. So I'm going to go ahead here and press this and turn my project to private just by simply clicking that button. Here you can also turn on your project markup. So right now I just turned it off. I'm going to turn it back on. So this is turned on a per project basis and allows you to edit and add a layer into your project. So this works great when a client is viewing a project and you want to add notes to a specific space, mark up something to note, or even draw something to show your clients. So now that the markup is on, I'm just going to press View in 360 and show you what markup looks like. So you'll see once you turn on markup that you'll have this button here on your right side. You're just going to click that and you have all these options. So I'm going to just use the pen tool. You can circle, you can make arrows, you can also add a note here. So I'll say, looks great. And again, you have up to 140 characters to add whatever you would like. And press save. And there is your markup. So just going back here. So now I'm going to show you how to customize your Yulio experience and your projects. So on the right side of your screen here, under your email, you're going to select company settings. This will bring you to your custom settings page. So I would say this is mainly used for admins on your account. And your usage and plan tab is where you'll be able to see your subscription information, how many seats you have, and your payment information. Your custom branding tab here you can add your custom company logo, and it will appear every time you enter into a project in VR and browser mode. You can upload any file as long as it hits the requirements. So as you can see here, I just went ahead and uploaded the Yulio logo. Your company lobby here, so this is what is displayed on your headset. You can change it by simply clicking this change lobby button and selecting which scene in which project you would like to use. This allows you to kind of customize the environment that you are standing in while in the Yulio Viewer app on a headset or your mobile device. When changing the lobby, the scene must be a scene in your Yulio account. If it's not, then you'll have to create a new project to upload that scene. If there are multiple scenes in your project, it would automatically use the first scene uploaded. One thing to note about company lobby is you must have admin access on your account to update this. Next, you have your Manage Users tab. So this is where you can add users to your account depending on the number of seats that you have. You can also add seats to your account just by simply clicking this Add User button, adding in their information, and selecting the role. There are 3 different types of roles. Most of the time, we do see people being set up as an admin or an author. The only difference is that admins have access to company settings, can create folders, and they can also add users. So last but not least here, we have our Yulio's most popular feature, which is Collaborate. So this button right here. It is like a presentation mode, which allows you to see what other people are seeing, guide them to a spotlighted area, and have everyone meeting in the same virtual space. It can be used in so many different scenarios and has really expanded over the last few years with the pandemic. So it can be used in person, at a trade show or booth, or even remote meetings. So people that you are meeting with in person will all be in the same session on headsets, and remote people can join from anywhere in a headset or in browser mode. So like I said, to launch a session, all you do is press this Collaborate button here, and I'm going to press Start Collaborating. So I'm going to go ahead and ask everyone to join this session. So all you do on any device, you go to live.yulio.com and enter in this 4-digit code here, which is K8Q5. And I'm just going to go ahead here and put in our project. Oops. And press select. So again, that's live.yulio.com. And the code is K as in kangaroo, 8Q5. I'll just give everyone a few moments to join here. Perfect. And as you can see here, once someone joins, you'll be able to see it along the left side here. So in case anyone needs the code, it's K8Q5 and live.yulio.com. Okay, so I will continue, but if anyone wants to join, it is here at the bottom here with all the instructions. So there are two different modes of collaborate. So you have your present mode and you have your explore mode. Generally, we recommend starting off in present mode to guide your viewers through the space and then assign presenter controls after. Present mode will automatically be the mode that launches when you open that collaborate session. Present mode keeps you as the presenter and gives you all of the control, and I can choose to give control to any participant. So right now I'm going to give control right here to DD so that they can see what it looks like when someone else has presenter control. This is the most powerful part of Collaborate because it allows you to see what your guests are seeing. As the host, so me right now, I can activate hotspots and view the floor plan, and everyone will be there with me. Guests will not be following my gaze exactly, but they will always be in the same scene as you, but they do not have the freedom to look around the scene. So I want to take back control right here. I'm going to go to the middle scene. So everyone on their device just got moved to the middle scene. I'm just going to go ahead and turn off that ambient audio. So now we're in the middle scene here. If you want to make sure everyone is looking at the exact same space, we recommend using the spotlight feature, which is this right here. And this changes everyone's gaze, directs the conversation, and reconnects the presentation. So I'm going to put my spotlight right there. So now everyone just got redirected to this computer plant area. Going to explore mode here. So this you can auto pan through a scene and let all participants explore at their own pace. So we call this the fun mode because everyone has access to everything and it will gaze through everybody's view for about 10 to 15 seconds. If there are no participants, it will auto pan throughout the entire project, simply just moving scene to scene. So this is a great feature for a trade show or booth-like setting when you want to show off your space, but no one is going to join the session. So I'm going to let everyone just play around in explore mode for a few seconds before I take back control. But if you were the host and you wanted to take back control, you just go ahead and simply press me and it will give you back present mode control. So I'll just let everyone a few seconds just to play around here with the project. Perfect. So it also will be able to tell you with all the participants what scene they're in. So it looks like everyone is in the desktop scene here. They're viewing it on the desktop in the middle scene. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take back present control just by simply clicking on me here. So let's take a look at some of the controls that you have. So the scene list icon right here. So this allows you to switch scenes with your project if you don't want to use the arrows at the bottom left. The select project icon right here will allow you to switch the project you are viewing with your guests. And if your markup is turned on, you and your viewers can use it live. So I'm going to go ahead and circle, and everyone just watched me draw that circle live. The settings tab here at your left, this customizes your Collaborate experience for all future sessions that you launch. Perfect. So it just looks like that. Oops, I'm not going to cancel it there. If you want to hide who's participating, just that. But now I'm able to see it all. So I will just go back to explore mode for a few seconds now and let everyone explore it before I finish up this session here. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to go back to my slide here. Okay, so I know that was a lot of information in a quick amount of time and a bit fast, but I hope that you did learn some tips and tricks on how to create your projects. Thank you all for joining, and I will now stick around to answer some questions if you do have. If you do think of any questions, in an hour or tomorrow or in a week, my email is there. Please feel free to send me over an email. If you want to book a meeting or a session, you can do so as well. Okay, so it looks like there are no questions here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the session, but thank you all for joining. And like I said, please do not hesitate to reach out if you do think of any questions or want to book a meeting with me.